Welcome to First and 10 with HS Live, our season preview edition. I'm sports editor Nicholas Huba. Again with me for another year is Mike McGarry. Mike, it's 95 degrees out and the football season is here.
Yeah, exactly. And I just figured out driving here to Ocean City that this will be my 29th football season covering high school football for the Press of Atlantic City. I'm 56, so I've spent more than half my life covering high school football for the Press of Atlantic City, a fact which both exhilarates me and leaves me a bit frightened. But I'm ready to go.
I'll take the latter on that, please. Earliest start of the season that I can remember, I'm sure you can remember too, there's nothing before this ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the football season used to start middle of September. Now here we are the week before Labor Day getting ready for kickoff with several big games, and most teams will play one, if not two games before they even attend a class.
That's a good thing, I think, in a way. Good for coaches too. Let's start at the top. The top teams in the area, are we looking at the same teams like St. Augustine, Holy Spirit, St. Joe's?
Yeah, well, we put out a press preseason football Elite 11 this week, and the top four teams, all traditional Cape Atlantic League teams. You got Holy Spirit, who returns just about everybody. Now, they got to replace Patrick Cheek Smith, the running back who's at Vanderbilt, but everybody else back for the Spartans. Number two, you got St. Augustine. Big dynamic backfield with Kanye Udo and Franklin Sims. Nasir Hill and the secondary at wide receiver. He's a kid, seems like he's been at St. Augustine for 20 years.
He's the all Carlos Huerta team from Miami years ago.
St. Joe, we've got them at number three. Cole Mercado, crafty, speedy running back, leads them. And at number four, we've got Millville. A lot of talent with the Thunderbolts. A lot of guys who have played. Nate Robbins, quarterback. LaQuint Allen at running back, wide receiver. And a freshman, Losier Brooks, who's going to be a player to watch.
Let's talk about Millville. We'll put the others to the side because we all understand how good they are and everything. Millville, you've heard about this for the last couple of years, this kind of golden generation they have. How good are they?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's a Millville team that's had success, right? Coach Dennis Thomas, I think he's one of the best in South Jersey. He led them to the, the 2016, I believe, Group 5 title. They were 4-4 last year, showed some flashes. They beat Williamstown, beat St. Augustine. Had some tough weeks too, lost big to St. Joe, but they've got a lot of guys who played as sophomores who are now seniors and have had success in the past, and that's usually a good sign.
Are we heading for another Holy Spirit St. Joe's final and the state final again?
Well, you don't know because the way the state has done it this year, although they haven't announced the classifications yet, and we're 2 days away from kickoff.
Why not?
That's neither here nor there. There's just going to be two parochial groups. There's going to be an A and a B. So you got to figure in that lower group, Holy Spirit and St. Joe will be forces in that lower group, but you got to figure either a Red Bank Catholic or a DePaul Catholic could find themselves in that lower group too. So it's not one of those years where you automatically pencil in a St. Joe Holy Spirit final.
In mid-December at a cold weather site,
right, at
200 miles away.
Exactly,
yes.
Or MetLife or something like that.
Let's talk about St. Augustine Prep. And I think we go back to, since I've been here, the narrative is always going to be the same until they complete the job. And that's, can they beat one of those Power 6 up north?
Well, they almost did 2 years ago, right? They went up and played St. Peter's Prep in the state non-public 4 semifinals and got beat in the last second up there at Caven Point in Jersey City. Coach Pete Lancetta was honest in the preseason preview. Our tab comes out this week, and you'll be able to read in there that he thought that the Hermits took a step backwards last year. They finished 4-3. Again, they had some impressive wins, had some losses. Lost to Holy Spirit, lost to Millville. But it's a St. Joe team that's definitely talented. Jim Brady on the defensive line. We already mentioned Udo and Sims in the backfield. Kenny Selby, defensive back. Trey McLear at quarterback and defensive back. It's a Hermits team that definitely has a lot of talent and will be tested against one of the top schedules in South Jersey.
And any of the top players this year, we're going to start with, I guess, Jojo Bermudez and move on from there. Probably the most dynamic player in the area.
Yeah, Jojo Bermudez reopened his recruiting, had committed to Rutgers and had reopened it. His coach, Jim Melody, in our tab calls Jojo Bermudez maybe the best skill position player in the state. Watch out for Cedar Creek. They've got a lot of players, had a sub-500 record last year, tough year, COVID year, tough schedule. They got a lot of guys back who played as sophomores on the 2019 team that won a sectional title. So watch out for them. Other players to kind of watch if you're looking, mainland. Jabril Mace at running back, great freshman year. Again, kind of got lost in COVID, had a concussion last year, but he's back looking to start his junior year off big.
Let's talk about that. And they also bring in Marlon Leslie, the quarterback was started as a freshman on those good Pleasantville teams. They might be they might be one of the most dynamic backfields in the area.
Yeah, definitely a 1-2 punch. Teams just won't be able to focus on Jabril Mace anymore. Mainland has a lot of sophomores, so they might be a year away, but they might be a team that can sneak up on some people this year.
And Absegami Ray Weed is one of the area's top quarterbacks. He's another guy who feels like he's been there for 14 years.
Right. And Absegami, the second year for Chris Sacco, so they're as coach, so they're going to be looking to make a advance there. Ray Weed can hurt you with his arm and his legs. They open up with Hamilton this Friday night, so that'll be an interesting game out there. He's another dynamic player, and again, another guy who's a 4-year starter.
Anything else you're kind of looking forward to this season? Do you think we're going to have a normal season, or kind of caught in what we had last year, where it's like start and stop and start?
Well, hopefully, we have a normal season from the fact that, there are no restrictions as far as attendance, right? So everybody can go. Last year, I think we might have started with nobody in the stands. Then we were 500 people in the stands. Then we were 250. By the end of the year, we were back down to 250. This year, it can be friends, relatives, grandparents. I know they got the Battle at the Bay event, Battle at the Beach event here this year. Battle at the Bay, confusing basketball there. They've sold over 4,000 tickets for that event. So it'll be more normal from that sake. Hopefully, everybody can just continue to do the right thing and be smart and take advantage of those vaccinations, and hopefully we won't have a season where we get shut down.
Doesn't it feel great to just be talking high school football? I felt like last season it came and went in a blink and we were done. And I feel like this is a proper, to use a British term, a proper,
Yeah. Well, we did have a normal spring season, which got us transitioned back to normality, and hopefully we can continue that with a normal fall season and get back to a quote-unquote normal high school sports experience in 2021, 2022.
Mike, thanks for joining me, and you can follow the whole high school football season at PressiveAC.com.